you were once a Republican and now you're a Democrat, I want you to explain how that happened and why everyone should trust that your intentions are on the right side of history.
Yeah, the question I get asked the most on the campaign trail is like, what was that moment in time where I made the decision, or what was that one issue that just kind of broke my back? And the reality is, it's really been an out loud journey that I've lived for a number of years. I think obviously most folks recognize that I stood up to Donald Trump in 2020, even though I was a Republican at the time. But there's a more prolific journey than that. It started well before then. It was working with Stacey Abrams to pass rural hospital tax credit legislation. It was working with Democrats to pass hate crimes legislation. It was working with Democrats to pass unanimous budgets. It really has been a process, but also living out loud for 6 years of standing up to Trump, but also writing a number of opinion columns about common sense legislation that we all know we need to pass, expanding Medicaid because it's literally the only way to fix the healthcare system in Georgia, and repealing the heartbeat bill, not because it's politically correct in all circles, but because it's the right thing to do. It's
Yeah.
literally the right thing to do to give a woman the right to choose, who knows more about her body, knows more about her situation, knows more about her health scenarios than anybody who's sitting in the legislative body is ever going to know. And so
Yeah.
I've been speaking out loud with all that. And so the answer to trust is, a lot of folks on the campaign trail that I meet have seen me on this journey and have recognized it. But also, I think the simple math of it, if I just wanted to be a governor, right? If that was on my bucket list, was to be governor, I would have stayed in the Republican Party. I would have stayed as the Republican lieutenant governor. I would have sat in the front row and watched Trump run his mouth and just bit my tongue like half the other crowd does and been first in line. But the reality was, I didn't want to be a Republican governor with a bad toolkit that couldn't meet the needs of Georgians. I wanted to be a Democratic governor that has this better toolkit that can really reach into the lives and meet 11 million Georgians where they need us to meet them at.